Today's story takes us back centuries, to a time when mighty dragons roamed the world. At the beginning of the story, we meet two men named Edwin and Hogarth who are imprisoned, both having been arrested for theft. Shortly after, they are taken before the Chancellor to receive punishment. The Chancellor asks Edwin, "Why should I leave you in jail? You have committed the crime of theft." In response, Edwin begins to tell his truth, taking us into a flashback. We learn that Edwin lived in a clan with his wife Gia and daughter Kira. People in the clan had various roles, and Edwin's job was to catch thieves. One day, some thieves he had previously captured took revenge by killing his wife Gia, leaving Edwin in deep shock. From then on, Edwin cared for his daughter Kira alone. Eventually, he met a woman named Hogarth who helped him take care of Kira. Over time, they began experiencing serious financial problems. As a result, they turned to stealing and often targeted old, valuable artifacts. One day, Hogarth discovered a necklace that could make a person invisible and gave it to Kira. They committed several thefts, including stealing a tablet capable of bringing a dead person back to life. Edwin wanted to use this tablet to resurrect his wife, so they planned a heist to acquire it. During their search, they found several valuable items on an island, including a red horn stolen by Sophie. Soldiers arrived and captured Edwin and Hogarth, but Edwin managed to hand the tablet to Forge, who was also imprisoned. 2 years later, the Chancellor returned, and Edwin and Hogarth escaped from prison. They made their way back to their village and met Forge, who revealed that Sophie had made the old king sick and illegitimately claimed the throne. Edwin then decides to steal the tablet to gain wealth, but both he and Hogarth have their own agendas. Kira tells the army that her father wants to bring her mother Gia back using the tablet, but she refuses to believe it. The others try to convince Kira, but Sophie uses magic to capture Edwin and Hogarth, revealing that she is actually the Red Wizard previously believed to have been killed by Edwin. She had once been punished by Edwin and now seeks revenge. The soldiers take Edwin and Hogarth to be executed, but Hogarth manages to kill them all and escape. Meanwhile, the army poisons Kira's mind further by saying, "Your father Edwin took the tablet and left without you." This enrages Kira even more. Edwin and Hogarth are forced to battle the army and eventually come across Simon. Edwin tells Simon the truth about the army, and Simon agrees to help, mentioning a witch named Dory who can shapeshift into any animal. Simon introduces them to Dory, who agrees to help because her forest community had also suffered under the army's pressure. Elsewhere, Forge is speaking with Savannah about the treasure, which contains many ancient royal artifacts. Sophie tells the army that she has sealed this world using a special mantra, making it impossible to open. However, Dory, in the form of a bee, overhears the conversation. Although Sophie senses an unfamiliar magical presence, she manages to escape and informs Edwin and Simon. Simon proposes that a magic relic, the Helm of Disjunction, could disable them. They travel to an old graveyard to ask Holga's ancestors where to find it. Simon resurrects the dead with a talisman long enough for them to answer 5 questions each. The corpses reveal they gave the helm to Zekiander, a paladin who fled his country, when Zostam turned Tions into an undead army. Zinc, after forcing Egan to swear to distribute any gained bounty to the people, guides the group through the Underdark to retrieve the helm. With the help of a teleportation staff obtained from Holga's halfling ex-husband, they find the relic but are attacked by Thean assassins sent by Safina. The group manages to escape from Pembershow, a pudgy red dragon, before departing. Simon then uses his magic to transport everyone to safety. As soon as Simon puts on the helmet, everything around him freezes and his great-grandfather appears. He tells Simon that he is not worthy of the helmet, which holds immense power. Despite this, Simon does not give up and continues trying to master the helmet through the night. Meanwhile, they discover that Forge has created a massive maze game in the city, attracting people from far and wide. They see this as an opportunity to kill Forge. With only 1 day left before the game begins, Edwin reveals their plan to enter the vault using a portal stick. However, Simon is hesitant, as he can only use the stick to open portals to places he can see. Edgar devises a plan in which Simon uses the stick to open a portal on a blank canvas. Edgar then hides this canvas under the cart of one of Forge's guests who has come to participate in the game. Sahiba opens another portal, allowing Dory to enter inside a car. Dory then attaches a picture onto the canvas portal and places it within the car. She transforms into a fly and exits the vehicle. The canvas is placed inside a room of the palace, and a portal is created on it, which allows the team to enter the palace. However, the canvas falls down, making the portal unusable. Following the setback, they come up with a new plan. Simon uses his magic to create a hologram of Edwin, which serves to distract the soldiers and enables them to infiltrate the foreigner's palace. Simon passes the helmet to Olga, and with its power, Simon and Olga manage to enter the vault, only to find it empty. Sophie then captures them using her magic. Gori breaks through the ground to enter the palace chamber where the treasure is hidden. A soldier knocks Dory unconscious, and Sophie captures Elgin. Edgar challenges Sophie to place them in a maze and let them go if they manage to escape. The army agrees, and special bracelets are put on Gory and Simon to stop them from using magic. The team is sent into the arena where they must survive against monsters. Dory's hand gets trapped in a magical snare that freezes everyone in place. Olga removes her bracelet, allowing Dory to teleport the trap elsewhere with her magic. The team regroups, and everyone else is freed. Eventually, everyone escapes the maze and seizes the treasure and the army ship, including the prize tablet. Forge once again threatens Kira's life, but the team rescues her and escapes aboard the ship. Sophie then casts a spell using the Red Horn, intending to raise her own army by turning all the city's people into zombies. Jackie, witnessing this, returns to help save the people. The team creates a portal and starts dropping all the treasure over the city via a hot air balloon. This causes the townspeople to rush out of their homes to collect the treasure, completely ruining Sophie's plan. At this point, Edgar gives the necklace to Shakira, rendering her invisible. The team then confronts Sophie. Dory transforms into a bear to fight her, but Sophie is far more powerful and freezes people with her magic. Just then, invisible Kira arrives and puts the same magic-suppressing bracelet on Sophie, which nullifies her powers. The string arrives and kills Sophie, but in the battle, Olga succumbs to her injuries and dies. This deeply saddens Kira. Moved by her grief, Edgar decides to use the one-time use tablet to bring Hogar back to life. Sophie, now stripped of her powers, is no longer a threat and remains alive. The king then honors Edgar and his companions by declaring them the great warriors of the city. Meanwhile, the people capture the remaining soldiers and bring them to justice. One soldier attempts to flee but is apprehended. The story concludes here.